Today, we are trading off our skills in the kitchen. Cayla will be baking something and I'll be attempting to cook something. The winner will be determined by our own voting as well as some YouTube friends we have that are also foodies. The rules: you must make something that we have both never made ourselves. You cannot get any help from the internet other than the recipe itself. And finally, there is no sabotaging of any kind. If I lose, she's going to be painting my toes green for St. Patrick's Day. If she loses, she's going to be doing the cat litter for 2 weeks straight. Tablespoon of olive oil. That was kind of a tablespoon. Okay, pat the beef dry. Season it with salt and pepper. Pepper. Ooh, okay, that was probably too much. Oh. Into the oil. First half is done. Set it to the side. Now, normally I wouldn't care about getting my toes painted, however, it's getting warmer out, and I do want to have my toes out in the sun, getting some sun. So, it'll be unfortunate if they are green. We live in Florida, people aren't very tolerant of things like green toes on a guy. 2 tablespoons of butter. And our chopped carrots that we did last night. To save time, our chopped onion, which again we did last night. Garlic. So everybody's breath is going to be really nice and fresh. I'll tell you what, so far it's going pretty good. Normally I would have burnt the place down by now. I actually managed to turn on the smoke detector once while boiling water. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did. 1 tablespoon of flour and 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Perfect. The beef bouillon. I mean, so far it doesn't look inedible. Now the beef is going to go back in. Oh, there's a little extra fatty piece. I cut it last night before I realized that I was supposed to have some, not just pure fat. Been slowly taking out pieces here and there. But what are you gonna do? Okay. In goes the beef. Where's the beef? Here's the beef.
Where's the beef?
Okay, there is 1. And there is 2. It smells pretty good. Okay, back to a boil. So we're gonna turn that up. Stir, stir, stir. I'd say it looks pretty good so far. There's always room to mess it up, but I don't know. It looks edible. That's better than like 95% of what I cook normally. If it's not ramen or pasta or Texas toast that's just in the freezer that I'm putting in the oven, yeah, no, don't count on it. Next up, it calls for 1 cup of beer. Smells like childhood trauma. Just kidding. He would get the cheaper stuff. All right. Making sure I'm doing this right. 1 cup of beer. Make a dad joke. Okay, did that. Okay. And then half a teaspoon of salt. This is a guesstimation situation. This is a rhyming station. Now, one of the judges is potentially a 2-year-old, so I'm assuming that the alcohol is getting cooked out, but you never know. Put the beef back in, bring to a boil, lower to simmer for 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. Okay, so 45 minutes has passed. We are now going to be putting in our potatoes. It's cooked down pretty well. It's got a good smell.
Potatoes.
Stir that in. All right, and then that's going to sit for another 15 minutes. So we are going to transfer that into our cast iron skillet because we don't have a pie pan. It says let that sit for 45 minutes, and now we are going to try to make the crust at the same time. For the crust, it says we start with 1.5 cups of flour. This is the part I'm the most nervous for, even though normally I'm the one doing the baking. Just seems like this is where it could get gross really quick. Okay. 1.5 salt. Using a pastry cutter, which we don't have, work butter into flour until it resembles tiny pieces. Okay. It says to cut it into small pieces, but I have no idea what small means. Should it be smaller than this? Who knows? This doesn't seem right. So I'm gonna try to use this and see if it does what we want it to. It says work it into the flour until it resembles tiny pieces. This doesn't seem right at all. Ta-da! Looks pretty beat. With the vinegar and chives, okay. Green onion, close enough. Smells like Easter. Knead a few times in a bowl. Kneading is just like that, right? Oh, this can't be right. It's actually starting to look kind of doughy. I think I just got flour in my eye. We struggle here. We struggle. In case you haven't noticed, like half the flour is on the countertop. But that's okay. It's okay. Put it in plastic and cool for 30 minutes. Sweet. Okay, so I put this over the meat and then potatoes and whatnot. I've not lifted up, so I'm not actually sure if I made it big enough, but nonetheless, we're gonna try to peel it and see where we are at. You know what? This might not be the worst thing I've ever made. Now I have to beat an egg over this, put a couple slits, and put it in the oven. All right, the correct amount of time has passed, and now we are going to take it out and see how it looks. It's toasty. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it looks a little like dog vomit, but like tasty dog vomit. It could be edible, and that's what we're going for here. If it's edible and nobody dies or gets sick, that's a win for Grant's cooking.
Hello, I'm making fluffernutter cookie bars. We're gonna start with 1/2 cup of butter, room temperature. And then you also need 1/2 cup of peanut butter. I don't like doing dishes and I hate cleaning peanut butter out of things. So we're gonna guesstimate what 1/2 cup looks like. This is typically why Grant is the better baker and I am the better cook, because I don't like to measure things. That looks like about 1/2 cup, and we're gonna go ahead and blend this together. Now that that's all creamy, we can go ahead and add in the sugar. And then 1/2 cup of regular sugar. Two eggs. It says room temp. Mine are still a little cold, but it should be fine.
Egg!
Yeah.
Egg!
And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Baking soda. Salt. Looks about right. Then we're gonna mix it all together. Okay, now I got this recipe off of Instagram, and I did see a comment that said that the recipe that they posted, someone felt like she put the wrong amount of flour in there because it was a little crumbly, and this is looking a bit crumbly, so I think I'm gonna add a little bit of peanut butter. I know. Now I'm gonna put the cookie dough in a parchment lined pan. spread it out. Okay, and then it goes in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make the icing. Now Grant and I are both lactose intolerant, so everything in here is dairy free. So our butter is olive oil based butter. All right. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now that that's all in here, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. Okay, it looks nice and creamy. Now we just have to wait for our base to bake, and then we can go ahead and put the icing on top and the vanilla marshmallow fluff. Okay, now that it is out of the oven and cooled, I'm gonna go ahead and put our frosting on top. Spread it out nice and evenly. And then I'm gonna put this entire jar of peanut butter fluff on top. Okay, that's my dish, all finished.
Okay, so you guys today are going to be taste testing a steak and potato pie, as well as, what's your dish called?
Fluffernutter cookie bar.
I'll
Okay.
fluff her nutter.
Just had to.
Okay,
It's perfect.
first up is the steak and potato pie. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Crust looks good.
It's a buttery, flaky crust.
Baked in a buttery flavored crust.
Wow. That's a tender meat in my mouth.
That's what she said.
How'd you get that meat so soft? How long was this cooking? This feels like
Like a
pot
while.
roast slow.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It felt like it's been cooking in a slow cooker. You had to put the crust afterwards.
Yeah, the crust was made separate and then.
Oh, okay. Because this is cooked low and slow.
I'm impressed.
Okay.
I'm impressed because it's seasoned. It's not lacking salt.
Go for it.
I'm still eating that delicious beef. All right, what are we eating, chef?
Chef.
One chef.
Fluffernutter cookie bar.
Oh, it's a
Fluffernutter.
cookie bar.
Okay.
All right. Still warm.
Wow.
Wow. I'm gonna need some milk. This tastes like a nutter
The
butter.
keys to my heart.
This tastes like a nutter butter.
It's really good.
Wow.
Wow. So what is what's the inside?
It's cookie. You entered his realm with the cookie. Well, you gotta try the competition, Grant. We can
I
still
feel like
hear you.
throw some chocolate chips in here. But that's a personal taste, you know? Like chocolate peanut butter.
So are you ready to decide?
I need a moment.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Some water, maybe.
This is not fair. It's not a fair
I
playing
do
field.
think in the future,
I can't
if you're doing
do-
challenges,
It has to be the
they
same.
have to be the same
I
category.
agree.
And this feels like a meal. Thank you for a great meal. Why am I choosing? Well, I think we should confer in the room. We have to be unanimous. Okay, well, you hired
Interrupting
Sweet
my
and
bite,
Salty
but okay.
to judge a sweet and salty dish. So, one was leaning sweet and one was leaning salty. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And I asked her if she was leaning 51-49 in any direction. And of course, being the Gemini she is, she said no.
And then you said, which one would you want to take a last bite
the last bite of it for your
But I-
daughter's life.
of? No, but I feel
I
like
did say that. I don't.
So you didn't actually reach a conclusion.
I told you right now we're a hung jury, and we're still deciding because it's a split vote right now. I believe it. She won't tell it's a split vote.
'cause I like
Wanna
my food
brush
a
your
little bit
teeth?
drier.
Random. How did you get this?
How did she get that?
She can't reach the sink.
Josie.
Oh my. Okay, so I guess I don't want to ever judge again for two different
We
dishes
won't make you do this again.
because I feel like a boy band and I'm breaking hearts right now.
I think that
They're both delicious.
if
I
you
just want
guys
to
make
reiterate
this as
that.
a meal, you know, like a whole
Yes.
complete
You can have
We're winning.
entree
Josh
dessert.
and Megan over because they missed out, suckers.
I know what we can do. We can make Josie decide.
What? You are not
Everyone
giving
she
Josie
says
any
more.
fluffernutter.
Josie, So she's brushing her teeth.
She's brushing her teeth
try?
right now.
You want to try?
Minty meat pie.
Look.
You want to try some? If she eats this, the peanut butter will win because she doesn't like sweets like that.
What is she? She's using the peanut butter?
Yeah. And she had
No,
a
I
little
give her
fluff.
a little.
Is it good,
She went-
Josie? Thumbs up? Thumbs up?
Is it thumbs up? Thumbs up, baby.
Hey, did you get the thumbs up?
Josie, thumbs up?
Yeah.
Huh?
More mommy.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Josie's picking the winner here then, right?
Here, baby.
Are you guys going with that?
Well,
2 against 1.
2 against 1. I guess I'm.
Okay.
So the winner's the pie. The winner's the nutter.
Very nice. Congratulations. Well, after I voted for hers,
And I voted for his.
and the Grub Girls also had a tie between us, we left it off to the 2-year-old to decide, and she picked her dish. So we are crowning Cayla as the winner in this challenge.
That means that there's only one thing left to do. Kermit Green.
Ugh. Wait, why are you doing a second coat? Why did I agree to this? Well, if you stuck around to the end, I want to thank you for watching the entire video. Please consider hitting the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. What did you think? What kind of challenges would you want us to do in the future? Or was this the worst thing you've ever seen? Let me know.